Alright guys, welcome to the Cinoton Solar Motion Sensor LED light review. I think this is a pretty cool tool and it's clearly working well in my backyard. I thought it was really bright for what it is. The pros are that it's inexpensive, low maintenance, and it's also fairly bright. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and get into the installation of this light so you can see how it works. Alright, so now I'm going to mark this wall here. This is like a wood siding, and then I have to get behind it too. So but first I'm just going to mark the holes here. You can see there's these little placements, so I'm just going to mark a pencil right where I can see them. Good enough. Alright, so I can't get into behind this shingle, so I don't know why. Maybe I gotta do something else, but there might be a different material behind this wood, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about this yet. However, I'm just gonna drill the other hole and just get those together right now. Alright, those are left one's slightly higher than the right one, but I don't think that's going to be a crazy deal. So I'm just going to put that one in, and then the other one, I just want to see how deep the hole is. Obviously this isn't the best practice in the world, but I just need to get this thing in here. So I mean, they're about the same distance apart, but it kind of sucks because I already drilled a hole in here, and now I need to figure out how I'm going to get this thing in there. Alright, so I got it securely in there, but unconventionally. You can see the screws are up here. Let me give you a better view. Up here you can see that I just straight up put the screws in because I think it's concrete or something hard behind these shingles, and I don't want to drill into it. It was making a loud noise. So I drilled them in, and it was this one or one of the other ones was slightly too close for the entire system to go down, but it actually acted as a sort of tightener, so I actually got it on pretty snug, and it's not moving or really lifting that much. So yeah, I got it secure, and now I'll just take the cover off of this, make it look nice. Alright, and then I'm going to tilt it down because I'm pretty high up and I don't want this to get in anyone's vision, field of view, any neighbors. So yeah, I'll tilt it down like that. Alright, and this is what it looks like. So it's about 10 feet high, maybe a little higher. And yeah. The main concern I have is for the sun. The sun's right here. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:30. So hopefully it gets enough sun to recharge. Probably not today. It takes about 8 hours to recharge, I think. So this is the battery's probably dead, but I think it'll be a good downward light for motion sensors. So as you can see, my first test here was for the brightness and testing the motion sensor, and it was really nice here, bright. This is in its first setting, so all I did was hold the power button down for a couple seconds and it popped right on. And so I'm moving back from here. I'm about 15 feet away, maybe 20, and I'm just testing to see when it shuts off. And it takes a little while here, but I'm actually pretty astonished by how bright it is. And it's a pretty small light, and I know that it's solar powered, so it's not going to be super bright, but now I'm right at about 15 feet and move in just a little bit closer, and then it pops back on again. So plus I had the light tilted down, so maybe that had an effect on how close I got to it, but it was still about 10-15 feet away, and I think that's still pretty good for this small light. So that was the first test, and it's going to jump into the second test here. So there's 3 different modes, and I'm going to go through them here.
And the first is just the same mode that I was in, and it's doing its normal function. But now I'm going to go ahead and just click it once, and soon you'll see the difference right there. Okay, so it does a little flicker, and then I step back to see how it is once the main light is turned off, or the sensor has been on for about 20 seconds or so. You'll soon see, there you go, turned off. So now I'm just, oh, I see, I walked all the way over, and now it's actually in a dim setting, so you can't really see a ton, but you could see just enough in case you wanted to walk around there, and then it turns back on once you get within range. And so this could be useful depending on what you're using it for, if it's in front of your garage or something. But now I'm going to go into the third setting, once again by just clicking it once, and then it does a little flash thing. And this is permanent dim mode, so it's going to stay on basically until the sun rises or until its battery goes out. It's just going to be a permanent dim. So I'm not sure how long that would last with this battery, but considering they're LEDs and they consume very little amount of power, I'm thinking it could last an entire night. So now I clicked it once, and then I held it down, and that puts it back to the original setting, which is mine. Now this is another light they sell, and this one actually plugs in, so it's a fixture light. Now this one is brighter, and this is what Cinoton had told me, that they want me to test this, but I don't have a fixture that I could work with, and I don't have experience with it, so both of those reasons are why I got the solar one. So my overall thoughts on this solar setup, I think it's this Cinoton light, the solar one, is really cool. I have the fixture one with me because I've never been able to test it, but it is a good amount larger than the other one. It has a different style of motion sensor. So this one's a little more expensive than the other one, just because it has probably a lot better quality. It's my guess. However, you could check that out, this fixture one as well as the solar one, in the link in the description. And overall, I think the solar one is actually a really good deal, and just has good value. I've never worked with Cinoton before, but I want to thank them for giving me this opportunity. And I actually do think this light is very useful, not only for me, but for a lot of you guys, just because it has those 3 settings, and you could test them out, see how you like them, and use them for whatever you need in the dark. And yeah, I just think it's a useful tool, and the best thing about it is that there's no maintenance involved. It's just really just installing it. That was the main core issue with me. So I'd definitely recommend making sure before you install it, just to double check the whatever material you're drilling into. And I'm sure a lot of you out there know what to do in that case, but for those who don't end up like I did, because I definitely screwed up the shingles or the siding a little bit. However, you can find both of those products in the description below. There might be a discount code for them. I'm not sure if the company's going to send me one. However, yeah, I do recommend this product. I think it has significant benefits, and it's also not very expensive. The fixture one is a little more, but I mean, for what the solar one offered, I'm sure this fixture one is equally as good or better. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got something out of it, please like it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you in another video.